you have a question?
My question had to do with, I wish you had sort of elaborated on your notion of pedia, what it might mean, because it clearly doesn't just mean assimilation into or proficiency in Greek language.
Right.
It's not just
Although those are
becoming a
elements.
Greek speaker.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem, you probably, it seems to me that you mean more than that when you speak of pedia. But I was wondering, in the Byzantine Empire, that serves as a model for what they would like to see in modern Greece. Wasn't that largely what it was? I mean, it was these peripheral ethnic groups beginning to speak Greek.
There were
and
different stages in pedia in the Byzantine Empire. Initially, it was largely training of the nobility, of the elites. And then it became this vehicle for identifying talent and elevating that talent to administrative roles, which is where it began to take a little more of a multicultural element. And I think the point I want to make, the connection with the Byzantine Empire, is less that the Byzantine Empire is a model for today than the fact that within Greece's rich historical traditions, there are other narratives than simply the one that is, I am part of the ancient Greek tradition and you are not. I think there are other ways of thinking about Greek identity and other ways of opening up the doors to more hybrid Greek identities. And what forms those take, I mean, I think those always evolve on the ground. I am not an absolutist in that I don't believe that on the question of assimilation, I believe a measure of assimilation is a necessity. And I also believe that maintaining a measure of cultural difference is a necessity, and that those types of relationships need to be negotiated by the participants and need to evolve as new Greeks become increasingly involved in the educational system and begin to take on different roles within Greek society. Yes?
I think there might be a couple of arguments why the Hellenistic and Byzantine understanding of pedia might not be as understandable, acceptable to modern Greeks. Well, the obvious one is that it's an imperial and aristocratic model.
True.
And the second of that is that the fact, if that's a new, I didn't know that the idea was applied like that in the Byzantines, but if that is indeed the case, then that's exactly what the Ottomans did as well.
Absolutely.
Mainly the empire that replaced the Byzantine Empire and became a major player geopolitically that the West had a big deal of problems with, the Ottoman Turks, the Ottomans, did exactly that. They were a very inclusive imperial system in which they actually trained youth from all kinds of subject peoples. So, and the fact that a lot of the Greeks came from these, rather had a sort of understanding of that, they would probably rather not, choose to go that route for that kind of understanding of education.
That's point very well taken. I think maybe the corollary to this is that there needs to be a rethinking of European pedia as well, and of thinking about how the European Union as an entity functions at an educational level, how it incorporates its citizens into European identity, and how it manufactures a future that unifies rather than separates and creates a common economy that draws on the economic traditions of the South as well as the North. So,
I'd like to make one more.
Sure.
And that's where the failure of the idealism, that in fact it has been completely unable and unwilling to produce any kind of common Greeks are not the only ones who have a problem understanding themselves educationally. I think all Europeans have a sense of a problem understanding themselves culturally as Europeans.
No, I think that's very true. And you look at kind of the failure of pan-European cinema, and it really has not panned out as a notion. Cinema traditions have remained narrow and national by and large. So, great.
Thank you very much.